key here. So is it that those representing the community are not doing a good enough job, or is it that they have been neglected, or is it that what they should influence is bigger than they can do?
Well, I think the problem we have there is poor leadership. Because take it or leave it. I'm saying this now. I should be on the air. I'm saying the public space now. The kind of leaders we have in NDOKWA is just NDOKWA problem. NDOKWA as a nation doesn't really have problem, but the only problem we have is leadership. Because most of the leaders we have, there is no one of them that can speak for the people. Because as far as they are concerned, they were appointed or they were given the opportunity to serve. So they are not answerable to the people. Before any NDOKWA man in government will say anything, he wants to take a cue or what the body language of the governor or to see how the government is going. So they are not ready to see. They are not ready to sit down and to stop the problems facing NDOKWA people. They want to listen to what their godfather has said and follow suit. Provided they get their salary at the end of the month, they don't care. If not, I don't see any reason why citizens, ordinary people will be coming to be speaking, on matters of this nature. Where people who the resources will come to, not the resources that come to. It's quite unfortunate, but this is where we are. Now, we're going to get out of it is now another problem that we need to confront. Because the only way you can get it out is if there is a proper election. But as long as we have this problem of rigging all over the place in election, you still end up having the same stooge. I call them stooge and thieves. That's what they are, because they are not representing us at all. But we as individuals, as an association, we are taking legal steps to see if this issue can be addressed, because we are not going to back down. We will continue, speaking out until what belongs to NDOKWA is given to NDOKWA.
Very well. What belongs to NDOKWA should be given to NDOKWA. Comrade Moses, I'll also speak to you on this, please. Since this particular letter has been submitted to the Delta State House of Assembly, have you received any anything from the House, really? If you have, what exactly is it?
Okay, thank you, sir. You see, on the issue of those letters have been sent out to the various...
All leaders are quiet. Barrister Vansu Feli, he raised a very important issue here. Why are the leaders representing NDOKWA community quiet at this point? From a legal standpoint, Luna is a pressure group, and it says that it would follow legal measures to ensure that they get what they deserve. What do you think would happen if all of this measure fail?
It's not going to fail. The measures we are taking will not fail. Irrespective of the fact that the leaders of NDOKWA are timid, are very timid people. And so they have used their timidity to bring us shame. Okay? And that shame is what we don't want to take. We're not going to take it. Because it's also an avenue to call on the citizens, the electors, the voters, okay, to make sure that they all congregate and disallow these people from clinching victory at the polls in the next election. We're going to have serious sensitization. This is part of it. All that is part of it. Political socialization and education of our people. You see, we're struggling with so many things. With light, with bad roads, with lack of amenities, with all sorts, because of the kind of leaders we have. Let me even tell you that. And even we have the right kind of leaders, even that 9% could have been put into good use. Even that 9% have the capacity to develop, assuming we're not considering that we have the right kind of leaders, that 9% would have been industrialized in NDOKWA. But that is not to say that we don't have to increase it. We have to go for what truly belongs to us. I said we are privileged before. What I meant by saying we are privileged is that we are privileged to have these resources. Okay, not every community in Delta State or in Nigeria have that kind of resources. So we are privileged to have that resource. However, it is our right, to have the deployment of the resources for the benefit of the citizens. Okay, so when you say that if all these measures fail, these measures cannot fail. They cannot fail because sovereignty belongs to the people. The Constitution says, Section 14(2), that sovereignty belongs to the people, to which government derive its legitimacy. Okay, that the security and welfare of the people shall be the primary purpose of government. Okay, it is clear in the Constitution that derivation is the way to go, and that is how the problem agitations were resolved at the federal level. Okay, so the same agitation that have been resolved at the federal level, within the state, the problem persists because of injustice, inequalities. Okay, and so we're saying that you cannot be giving NDOKWA 9%, because even if you look at population, we are among about the highest or the second largest, okay, in terms of population. When you look at resources, we are still up there as the highest or about the second. Okay. Now, when you look at development, then we are at the last number. Okay?
But Barrister, if I might interject here. Yeah, sorry, if I might interject here, Barrister, I have data here that we have, and I would love to read it out to you. Maybe you might have one or two to talk about it. Nigeria's derivation principle, like you had said before, 13% at the federal level, is tied strictly to actual oil output traced to specific communities or local government areas. NDOKWA does produce oil, but compared to other oil-rich areas in Delta like Warri or Ughelli zones, its verified production volume is lower, which reduces its share. Now, this is the data that we have. It's on the open domain. So, do you have anything against this?
It's a very old report. You perhaps might be reading a year 2000 report or 2001 report. Okay. We just told you now that we have 9 oil companies running in NDOKWA. Okay. You are calling Warri, we are talking about NDOKWA, 3 local governments. Okay. With a huge quantum. Okay. That, have capacity. In Delta State, we are the second largest. Okay. In Delta State, we are the second largest in production. Okay. And our quantum have since increased as at the time we were at that status of second largest. Our quantum has since increased. And why are the oil companies flocking through? Why we have the unrestrained influx of oil companies into NDOKWA region if it's producing less? Okay, so you are reading a very old report. It's like someone talking about population using the population census of 2006 to determine the number of persons we have in Nigeria or in a location. Okay, this is 2026. And in 2026, as we speak, we have gone above board. We are about the largest now as we speak. Okay, and the derivation formula that we have, that we're still using in NDOKWA land, was the one that was reached so many years ago when we were not doing this much. Okay, so our agitation, therefore, is that since we have increased capacity, we have increased production, we have increased output, okay, there is a need to have a commensurate deployment of the same resources to the region that produces it. That's exactly what we're saying.
Okay.
And this is not, even the government itself, they are aware we have the right faculty, and then we are thrown to the last, to the dustbin. And we say it's unacceptable. And that's exactly why this agitation will continue.
Very well said. Luna is not an island, it's safe to say. I'd love to direct this question to Comrade Lucky. With youth now, just like Barrister did say, everyone is plugged into the center, singing on your mandate, we shall stand. Amongst the youth demography, a City Boys movement is part of those tools the government had used to get people not to concentrate on the burning issues of their community. What measure do you think at this point the NDOKWA community can use to make youths in the community understand the urgency of now?
Thank you very much. But before we go to that question, I want to trip in something about the all the letters that the Light of NDOKWA have written to the state governor, the House of Assembly, and the local government chairman. These are the people that claim that they are representing us. The same people that we are representing have sent a letter, series of letters, and up till now, even one person, one office have not replied.
So why
That
do you
is
think
where
they've not
NDOKWA
replied?
Nation will go.
Ecomeloki, why do you think they have not replied? That's the big question.
Yeah,
Do you think
the
it's
area
complicity?
where they have not replied is because that they thought that the people in which they are leading, they are all adamants. They thought that the NDOKWA people of 10 years ago or 20 years ago is what they are still saying today. The reason why they have not replied is just like what the deputy governor came out to say on Arise TV, and at the end is not doing what he have just said. A situation whereby they will only value their people just when it comes for election. So after election, they don't listen to people. So that area, we are going to be very serious with them that come 2027, we are going to be very serious with them. You cannot claim to be my leader, and when I voice out, you will not listen, you will not even come into a roundtable meeting to ask me what is the problem. So these people believe that NDOKWA Nation will remain under their carpet as far as they remain in power. But we are going to make sure that we let them know that that power was given to them by we, the indigenous of NDOKWA Nation.
All right.
Then, in the issue of the city boys or the question you just showed now, the area that succeeded in NDOKWA Nation is to cripple the economical system of the youth. That the youth, they are not financially independent. But Light of NDOKWA has come up to let the youth know that you are not just thinking of what we eat today, but we are thinking of what we are going to eat and what our children are going to eat for years to come. So the only area we can be able to use to let them know that we are all ready to do whatever we want to do is by this agitation will continue. We will keep on writing letters to them. The same time, be waiting for them to come in 2027.
All right.
Because you cannot just say that you want to begin to use gift items to distract the youth for them not to focus on the real matters that concern NDOKWA Nation. That is what they have succeeded in doing. But thanks be to Light of NDOKWA Association that the awareness is there. Both men and women, young and old, have seen the awareness that these people have pushed NDOKWA Nation to the wall. And we have nowhere to run to, but we are now facing them bomber to bomber for them to do the rightful thing for NDOKWA Nation.
Very
So
well said.
denying up to now, not replying any letter, they have given us a signal that they are not in that office for NDOKWA Nation. So if you are representing people and a letter is coming from them to say this is what we want and we want to know, and none of them up to the local government chairman have not replied one letter, that is to say that NDOKWA Nation is in danger. And the people that is in power, we are going to make sure that we send them out because they are not representing us. That is why we still remain this 9%.
Okay.
If they are representing NDOKWA Nation, they could have been the one to go and voice out. Let them make this calculation very well and give us what rightfully belongs to us. You cannot be representing people and what belongs to the people is not being given to them. So how are you not proving your representative that you are really representing NDOKWA Nation? So the people we have here, they are not representing us. Rather, they are representing their stomach, representing their family, representing their godfather. But come 2027, we are going to end Godfatherism in NDOKWA Nation.
Very well said. Thank you so very much. We have less